the fact that everything he says come to pass. Now I have people, and I know people who say things and it comes to pass, but the source is not God, because they have different eyes. The eyes they see with is not God. My father was a powerful seer. He was a grand wizard for the Freemason. My father, very powerful. He was a chief. My father had a dream and saw this church and everything here, and some things that we are yet to build on the plan right now. My father had a dream and saw it all before I even got this land, and told me, and I wrote it down. And my father was not born again. He wasn't seen by the Holy Ghost. And I have people, I have friends, they can see, but the source is not God, because there are other sources. But the thing that you must always look for when you see all these prophets prophesying all kinds of dooms on the internet, prophesying against the president, and you don't understand what happens to the country if something happened to the sitting president. People don't understand. Sometimes our own desires and our own wishes and our own personal, passion and conviction and greed and selfishness blinds us to reality. You have no idea what will happen if anything happens to the sitting president. And they say all kinds of things, and people believe it because people are ignorant. The first thing you must watch when somebody prophesies, whether it comes to pass or not, is ask yourself, does he have credibility in the sense of honor, character, integrity? Where did he come from? Who trained him? How long has he been on the scene? Who laid hands on him? Whose product it is? At whose feet did he study? Who groomed him? Who covered him? Who was his teacher? Who taught him? From which of the tribe of Israel did he come from? An honorable man. That is the first thing you must look at. Then finish now.
All that he saith cometh surely to pass.
You see, you must be honorable first to qualify to make whatever you say that come to pass legitimate. You must have honor. So it's not just about prophesying. Everything I prophesy comes to pass. I'm telling you. Somebody was talking to me the other day in my office and said, as for me, before anything happened, I see it. And as soon as I see it, it comes to pass. And I said, your source is the devil. And he said, how can you talk to me like that? And I said, I just did. I just did. And if you are a human being, try me. Try me with that your power that sees things. And you won't see again. I will place a perpetual injunction. I will invoke injunction by divine authority, and you won't see again. And there are two ways of seeing. You see, there is what we call satanic inspired and incited prophecies and prediction. That means Satan can inspire you, vex you, incite you, influence you, provoke you to prophesy and to say things he wants to happen, and you become a channel and a vehicle used by the devil. And the same vehicle that God uses, Satan also uses. High level, we call it lying wonders. And number two, you can see by the devil also, because the devil took Jesus to a high mountain and he showed him. So Satan can show you things. So just you see doesn't mean it's from God. The thing you must ask yourself, when people say, as for me, everything I see come to pass, check their life. Look at their life. And their life can tell you whether their source is God or the devil. Because the devil can also show you things. Now, why are you so quiet looking at me some way? All right, let me go ahead. Let me finish. Go ahead, let me finish.
Now, let us go further. Peradventure he can show us our way that we should go. Then said Saul to his servant, but behold, if we go, what shall we bring the man? For the bread is spent in our vessels, and there is not a present to bring. There's a principle here. You don't appear before greatness without a gift, nor come before a man of God without a gift. It's a demand, it's a protocol, and it's a tradition of the kingdom.
I went to Kumasi some years ago when my protocol officer said, Papa, Asante Hini knows you are in town. He's been informed. So you have to try and see him before you leave town. And I said, I don't know if we can see it. He said, it will be a disrespect to come to town to leave when he has been informed that you are in town. So you have to go and see him. He's Otumfuo. And I said, okay, fine. So I'll go see him. Then when it was time to go, then my protocol officer said to me, he said, Papa, you can't go before Otumfuo empty-handed. Then I said, hey, why? Is it a force? I'm coming to greet you too. I have to bring something. I didn't plan. Then I said, okay, we'll find something. Then he said, and you can't also just give anything. Then I said, hey, this thing is becoming deeper now. I have to come with something. Then I have to also meet a particular expectation, because Otumfuo has expectations and standards and demands. And they have to go and inquire to tell me exactly what is acceptable. So it's not everything we present to God that is acceptable, because God has standards, God has requirements. Even if Otumfuo, being a human being, has standards and requirements and demands, how much more God, the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the Alpha and the Omega, the bright and the morning star, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the resurrection and the life, the first and the last, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, Yahweh, the God of the armies of Israel, the mighty God, the man of war. He has expectations and demands, and it's not everything we present to God that is acceptable, because God doesn't look at what you have given, he looks at what you have left. So God judges your giving by what you have left, not what you gave. And he reflects it, he looks at what you have left to determine whether you truly gave or not. And your giving is a statement of gratitude, and God looks at what you have left and weighs what you have left to what you gave, to see whether you are really a grateful person. That's what offerings is all about. Finish now.
And the servant answered Saul again and said, behold, I have here at hand the fourth part of a shekel of silver.
Yeah.
That will I give to the man of God to tell us our way. Before time in Israel, when a man went to inquire of God, thus he spake, come and let us go to the seer. For he that is now called a prophet was before time called a seer. Okay, move on, pass it now. Go close and past 10, just keep going. Go to about 15. As soon as you come into the land, okay, let's go to 14.
Yeah, go to 14.
And they went up into the city. And when they were coming to the city, behold, Samuel came out against them to go up to the high place. Now the Lord had told Samuel. You see,
this is where it is, and I'm stopping here. The Lord, you see, never submit to a leader, to a pastor, and attend a church where the pastors of that church, they can't hear from God. All they do is to preach the Bible, but they can't hear. Because if you deal with somebody and you submit to somebody who can't hear from God, they can kill you. I'm telling you. When Saul lost the business and went to inquire of the prophet what to do, and frustrated, like some of you are frustrated today, he got to the prophet, and the night before, God spoke to the prophet and said, there is a young man coming, prophet. He has lost his donkeys. The business is bankrupt. He's coming for direction. Tell him when he comes that I have chosen him to become a king, and I'm anointing king over Israel, and I'm using that tragedy and that loss in his life to give him direction and my plan for his life. So out of the tragedy comes a solution. Out of the loss comes a new beginning. Out of the loss comes the original plan of God. And sometimes something goes for something new to come. Yesterday is gone, another day has come. Do something new in my life. Yesterday is gone, another day has come. Oh, do something new in my life. Do something new in my life. Something new in my life. Something new in my life. Do something new in my life. Something new in my. Something new in my life. Oh Lord. Hear me. Hear me. Yesterday, the remains of Honorable David Lamte was laid to rest. And yesterday is gone. And David Lamte, of blessed memory, is gone. Forever is gone. But today is another day. And God can do something new and can bring something good out of this loss of a good man. Something good can come out of it. So lift up your hands, sing this song for the last time as your prayer to God. Stand on your feet, everybody. The day is gone. And say it from your heart. Do something new. Something new. A new thing, Lord. A new David Lamte. Something new. A new thing. Do something new. Hear me. I declare by divine authority that something good will come out of this loss, and that if you trust God, and if we all trust God, we will emerge victorious out of this loss, and something beautiful and wonderful can come out of this. Let that be our portion. Every head bow, every eye closed. If you are here today and you are not born again, you are religious, you go to church, or you don't go to church, you are not sure if you die tomorrow, like Honorable David Lamte, where you'll be. You are not sure of your eternity with Christ. And so you say, preacher, I want my name to be written in the book of life. I don't want to go to hell. I want to spend eternity with Christ. I want to see David Lamte again when Jesus comes in the clouds of glory. I want to be born again. As every hair is bowed, every head bow, every eye is closed. If you want to be born again, give your life to Christ. He that is born once shall die twice, and he that is born twice shall only die once. As every head bow, every eye closed, lift up your hands. If you want to give your life to Jesus, you want to be born again, let me pray for you right now. Anybody here? Anybody here? This is an opportunity of a lifetime. This may be the only time you have. You may not have this opportunity anymore. So if you are here, remember, you were born alone, and when you die, you go alone. It's just between you and God. Anybody here, I want to give my life to Jesus, please show by hand. Wherever you are, just lift up your hand above your head.